Well, good afternoon to you and thank you for watching. I'm Jurnee Taylor here with meteorologist Simone Thomas. And Simone, there are two things we need to talk about: this warm weather and the possibility of severe weather too.
Yeah, I mean, in true Arkansas fashion, we're seeing all of the seasons in 1 week today, feeling awfully close to summertime. I'd say we got the possibility of some record highs on the board, already up to 83 in the capital city. Looking to see some upper 80s and lower 90s this afternoon. Now, there is a mix of clouds and sun out there this afternoon. Hopefully those clouds can maybe help us not break those records. But like I said, 83 in the capital city, already up to 85 in Pine Bluff. A little bit cooler to our western Hot Springs, 78, and I think that's thanks to some of those extra clouds. But through the afternoon, we're looking to make a run for the upper 8 or the 90-degree mark, looking to peak at 89. That's the forecast high. But if we get above 89, because we're able to maybe shake some of those clouds sooner, we could possibly hit 90 degrees. Now, upper 80s are expected mainly across central Arkansas, but again, a lot of places like the metro, like Pine Bluff and down to our south, can get close to or past that 90-degree mark. So we'll be tracking that through the afternoon, but we do have more active weather coming up. All of the details for the week ahead are in your 7-day outlook.
Simone, thank you. Well, now at noon, we're working to learn more about an early morning shooting that turned deadly here in Little Rock. Police tell us it happened around 3:30 a.m. around 15th and Commerce Street. That's where officers found a gunshot victim. Paramedics also responded but could not save the man. Again, we're waiting to hear about any suspects and the identity of the victim. We'll keep you updated as we learn more. We're also following the search for 2 suspects and wanted in connection to the deadly mass shooting at a Conway Park. Right now, police and U.S. Marshals are looking for the 2 men you see here on your screen, Kamari and Kedrick Johnson. The brothers are wanted on several charges, including capital murder. 2 other suspects, Ryan Goins and Tyler Ferris, are already in police custody. Ferris faces multiple charges, including capital murder, while Goins is charged with 11 counts of aggravated assault. Despite these arrests, police tell us this investigation is still ongoing. They're also asking anyone who may know something that could help their investigation to give them a call. You can make an anonymous report. Well, all of those updates came out of a Friday press conference where police also shared new information about a recent shooting on UCA's campus. They told us that these 3 men are now in custody, charged with battery and terroristic acts in connection to the shooting that left 1 person hurt. Investigators are still looking for 1 more person in this incident. Here he is on your screen. This is Zion Jackson from Ward, Arkansas. If you have any information about this case, we have the tip line numbers right on our website. That is thv11.com. The people of Canada are in shock this week after a man in a car killed at least 11 people and injured dozens more. Police say the suspect drove through a street festival in Vancouver celebrating Filipino heritage on Saturday. Elise Preston is in Vancouver with the latest. In a warning, her report contains disturbing video.
Rescue is already here.
Chaos and carnage after police say the driver of this SUV plowed into the crowd at a block party in Vancouver.
I thought it was gunshot, but no, like everyone started running and then I hear crying, weeping.
It looked like a bowling ball hitting bowling pins and the pins just flying out. Seeing bodies just flying in the air was incredibly shocking.
It happened just as the festival was ending around 8 on Saturday night. The speeding vehicle traveling eastbound on 43rd Avenue along the path of the food trucks, striking pedestrians. The driver of the vehicle was apprehended by bystanders and then taken into custody by police officers. Investigators identified the suspect as 30-year-old Kai G. Adam Lowe from Vancouver, who was known to police.
We've had substantive contact with them over mental health issues.
Lowe is charged with 8 counts of second-degree murder, and police said more charges are anticipated.
Families lost a sister, a brother, a mother. Those families are living every family's nightmare.
Thousands at the Lapu Lapu Day Festival were there to celebrate Filipino culture.
It was a tragic ending to what have been such a fun, enjoyable day.
It's just so sad for our community to have this kind of tragedy, and it's just so sad.
Today is Election Day in Canada, and this horrific incident has definitely impacted the mood. Just last night, the Prime Minister met with community members at this scene. Meanwhile, police are not calling this an act of terrorism and believe the suspect acted alone. They fear the death toll could rise. Elise Preston, CBS News, Vancouver, British Columbia.
We're now just several hours away from a Sherwood meeting where city leaders will decide the fate of its ban on pit bulls. It's an issue people living in Sherwood have debated for years, and leaders are expected to either vote to keep it or repeal it at tonight's meeting. Those in favor of ending the ban say other dogs have stronger bites and can also attack people.
The dog's behavior has been aggressive when they're in a public setting or with other people or with neighbors or that sort of thing. That's when our animal control needs to get involved. It doesn't need to be just because of the type of dog that it is.
Now, on the other side of the argument, people who have experienced pit bull attacks firsthand. Tragedy struck the Taylor Johnson family in 2020 when 2 pit bulls killed their son, Robbie.
Me and him shared a room and I couldn't sleep in my room because it was so hard. The first 2 months was just a blur, like just trying to wake up from this nightmare.
Now, that attack happened in Mount Vernon, Arkansas. The family actually moved to Sherwood to get away from the dogs that they say are vicious and good at escaping from fences and enclosures. Now, the proposal does still include some specific rules for pit bull owners, including leash and fencing requirements. The ordinance will need 5 out of 8 votes to pass Monday night. That's tonight, and that meeting starts at 6. We're now just 9 days away from the start of the long-delayed Real ID requirement. Starting May 7th, a new license or an acceptable alternative like a U.S. passport will be needed to fly or enter a federal facility. Over the weekend, the DFA and ADH opened several revenue offices and locations to assist Arkansans who haven't made the switch. We caught up with DFA spokesperson Scott Harden during the Saturday Blitz, and he broke down just how people still need to get their Real ID.
We have about 900,000 Arkansans with a Real ID as of right now, but we have 2 million with what we would say is a regular license.
Both the DFA and TSA expect high demand for the licenses over the next few weeks, as well as long delays for people who don't have them. It's why both agencies are urging you to make the trip to the revenue office before traveling and to be sure to come prepared.
Your birth certificate or passport, one or the other, to prove your legal presence here. You're gonna have to prove your residency. That's a couple of utility bills in your name. And this is the one thing that's getting people stuck, your social security card.
Harden says even after the May 7th deadline, you can still visit a revenue office to get your new ID. And while TSA says they'll still be able to verify your identity without one, it's a lengthy process that they expect will slow down a lot of travelers at the start of summer.